Hi, this is Elcam. Welcome back to my live. It's the first time I'm live in a long time. Um, well, usually I don't do these things that much. Well, we had a very hectic Valentine's Day Monday. We know it is Valentine's Day. We had a interesting situation happening in our home and we call studio area. Um, Well, you see the Ariana poster behind me. Anyway, no, I was ordering a Papa John's pizza. Shameless plug, you know. And, yeah, I just ordered it, waiting for it. I heard like a popping sound in the other room. I thought it was about soda was going off or something at first, and I said, wait a minute. We don't have soda in the living room. So look at it looked. Sure enough, we had one of those electric wheels that a family member has. Use it for transportation, and something went wrong with it. It was supposed to be going to the shop, and smoke fire was coming out of the wheel. Luckily, we had a GameStop bag underneath the wheel, to keep the area clean. And yeah, it did some damage to the bag. Oh yeah, I have it right here. Can I show you how bad? See, bag messed up. See if I can show you how bad this is. See my fingers on it? Yeah, the fire melted that. Yeah. So the wheel was lithium battery or something caught fire. The fire didn't last long, but when I yelled, fire, fire, your wheel's on fire, he came out, he saw it, and he said, we gotta get this wheel out of here, and I agreed. So he opened all the doors. As soon as he was okay, I grabbed the wheel. Usually, this sucker was heavy, but on that night, adrenaline must have kicked in because I grabbed it and it was nothing, and I ran down the stairs with it. And then as soon as I got outside, I tossed that sucker right out, landed on the snow, and just in the nick of time, a few seconds more, we have a fireworks show going off from this wheel. Psh, psh, boom, fire, flames. And we had lithium batteries exploding. I said, oh shit. Horrible. So basically, I did everything I could to try to keep the flame from, getting worse. Like we had a fire extinguisher, and we tried to use it to douse the flames. Problem was, even when I doused it, it keeps flaring back up because I guess the other batteries were affected. Oh my God, that was horrible. Eventually, we ran out of the material in the fire extinguisher, but luckily the Teaneck Fire Department and the police department showed up. Everything was fine. They put it out. No property damage to the to where we are. Nobody was hurt. Well, the GameStop bag is probably had his feelings hurt, but oh well, it's just a bag. We'll get a new one. Can't get a new place that easy. Yeah, it was a crazy Valentine's Day. Didn't expect anything like this. Well, that was crazy. And the other thing, yeah, the what is it? The Give, Send, Go. Yeah, I had one of those accounts. It's disabled, but guess what? Um, since I wasn't one of the people that donated to the Truckers Freedom Convoy Fund, whatever it was, I didn't get docs. I thought I was originally, but it turns out they're going after people who donated to them. And unfortunately, some lady at a diner got the brunt of it. They're making, threats and everything to her. So that's pretty bad. Oh, I'm finding out from people I know that they have accounts in Colombia and Canadian banks like TD Bank. They're having problems with their accounts, even though they had nothing to do with the truckers funds. So if you have TD or one of those Canadian bank stuff, yeah, be careful because they're looking for the truckers. They want to freeze their assets. But but once again, the lithium battery thing is pretty messed up. It turns out this was one of the older models that usually catches fire. And the my family member took usually takes care of his stuff or wherever borrows from. It shouldn't be a problem, but it turns out with some of this older lithium battery type wheels, you could take care of it as good as it is, but all it takes is one little glitch, and next thing you know, you're barbecuing inside your place. And we had horrible fires with lithium stuff in the past. On airplanes, other apartments and places. Some people unfortunately lost their lives for these things. And on airplanes too. It's lithium catching fire on a plane. Bad news. Because you don't know what is going to ignite. Anyway, luckily nobody was hurt. I have a video about that on YouTube if you want to watch it later. The end result of the wheel. But like I said, it's a small wheel. It's one of those older models. Luckily, he also has an updated version that will not do this. But, we didn't know that this model had issues. When he had problems with it, he took it to the shop. There was no problem. It was fine. Just somehow, somewhere, some way, this time, the wheel stopped working like it usually does. We tried it, not to juice it up or anything, but it's still ignited. And like I said, we were lucky. Other than the GameStop bag, that was it. We didn't have no fire damage to the property, no floor damage, no furniture was damaged, nothing, no clothing, nothing. Just the wheel was this sore loser with the GameStop bag. So this is the thing: is if you have one of those older units, it's always prudent to keep an eye on these things because if we weren't keeping an eye on this wheel, I wouldn't be broadcasting from here right now. So you always have to be careful. You have one of those older units. If it's not working, if you can take it to the shop, fine. Not take out all those batteries or whatever you have to do. Or keep it outside, lock up something. So if it does happen, at least he'll be outside. And it's always good to have fire protection. So the fire extinguisher always comes in handy. Well, of course, since there was no damage, we don't have to worry about insurance rates going up or anything like that. So, other things going on. Well, things is going slow at Winolo. I have I work for them in different contracting fields, and work has not been coming plenty. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Um, yeah, it's been slow. When I noticed that Ariana Grande had pulled out of Twitter, well, I can't blame her because some folks are still harassing her for one of the times she was dating Pete Davidson, or to how things ended between her and Mac Miller. He had a birthday, by the way, this or something a few weeks ago. Yeah, Miss Matt. Yeah, oh, it's a shame what happened to him. Yeah, and then of course everybody's other favorite subject. What killed Bob Saget? I'm like, okay, didn't they just give you an explanation what happened to the poor guy? You had to keep going on and on. The latest from the media is he hit his head on something. Maybe it was a car he was driving. Bumped his head coming out of the door or the hatch. He didn't think anything of it and went to his hotel room, went to sleep, and never woke up. Yeah, love the guy. Love that series. Full House and Fuller House. Yeah, I'm gonna miss him badly, especially his humor. I mean, come on. You have to admit it's kind of funny that he wants to file his socks in alphabetical order. Yeah, that's Dan Tanner. Of course, one of my favorites was when he's on America's Funniest Home Video, and there he is doing a version of Ice Capade. They had a video of a truck that was sliding down a street out of control at slow speeds. It says, "Garbage trucks on ice coming to a car near you." And sure enough, it did. Bam, right into a car. I'm sure he must have been cracking out laughing. Yeah, that's like it. Well, it's nice to remember Full House. What is it? Oh, yeah, I remember. Cut it out. Yeah. But if you never saw Full House or Full House, you should go watch it. It's hilarious. Well, as you may know, last month we had one of the worst months in New York City history. They had multiple issues, the crime issue, and then a tragic fire in the Bronx. 70 people died when a space heater malfunctioned, caught fire, and people tried to, get out of the building. It was a huge mess. The fire where it took place, the father had to try to save his daughter. He got burned, getting her out of the room. See, what happened was, in that situation, we now have more information about it. They had a heater in that apartment because the building has a history of violations. So, not enough heat. The fire doors weren't closing properly and stuff. It was the perfect storm for a disaster to happen. And this poor heater must have malfunctioned because it was on 24 hours trying to keep warm. You know how winters are in New York City. They're pretty bad. Especially if your building's near the river. it, intensifies the coldness. So it malfunctioned. The family got out. The doors are supposed to close by themselves, and unfortunately, some of them didn't. So I don't know what they're gonna do to the building owners and management, but I'm sure they had to face some charges or something because he had 17 people dead. Lucky the community around them in the city and around the nation helped out and chipped in to many funds and stuff to help them. It was a strong emotional support for those people, and it's great to see New York City come together when they have an issue like that. Unfortunately, when it comes to crime and other stuff, not so much. So, recapping what happened to us earlier, we had one of those electric wheels, so like a unicycle. It wasn't working. I was supposed to go to the shop, and I ordered a pizza, and next thing you know, I heard like a popping sound, like a soda going off in the living room, and I'm saying, wait a minute, we don't have no soda in there. Look at it, looked. So what was happening, the wheel was on fire. Briefly melted the bag, and I yelled, fire, fire, your wheel's on fire. He came out, saw what's going on. He opened all the doors, and he told me to grab the wheel. Usually this wheel is heavy as hell, but for some reason I think the adrenaline must have kicked in, because when I picked it up, it was like picking up nothing. I picked it up and ran down the stairs as fast as I could, and then I tossed the sucker out when I got out the last door, just in the nick of time. As soon as it landed in the snow, the fireworks started. The batteries were exploding and flames were shooting everywhere. And I'm using the fire extinguisher, and I'm, using it, pouring it all back and forth on the wheel. Even when it went out, a few seconds later, a few minutes later, it would go back again. Lucky the fire department came, and the police department, everything was fine. Oh, by the way, a shout out to both the police department and the fire department of Teaneck. You guys did a heck of a job. Thank you. Like I said, nobody got hurt. There was no property damage other than the GameStop bag. Has a nice big hole in it, and I have a story to tell. And by the way, I'm not being endorsed by neither GameStop nor Papa John's. So it would be nice, but I know that's not going to happen. So anyway, this is my first live in a while, just to let you know what's going on. So this is Alcan saying so long for now. Don't forget your stock. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting something here. No, I don't know. No, I think that was a mistake on my part. I thought it was. Okay, so I gotta get off this thing. I get somebody a shower soon. Thanks for watching. And, oh yeah, let me answer some questions before I leave, right? Oh, let me see. Nope. Oh yeah, Babes 333. Yeah, hi. I just watched it and really enjoyed it. Thank you. More likes can attract viewers. Keep it up, he says. Hello from Alicia Chemi, little EIT's boy. Hello, good sir. And Ren LA Timer joined. Thank you. Whoops, there goes my glasses. Oh well. And he said he didn't need those Monday night. Alright, how you turn this thing off? I keep forgetting. Okay. Oh, somebody else came up? Yeah. Well, like I said, we had a fire Monday. One of the electric wheels a family member had for his transportation wasn't working. Supposed to go to shop and then caught fire. It was an older lithium battery model, and he ran, got the doors open, told me to bring the wheel down. Usually, a sucker's heavy as hell. Somehow I picked it up because the adrenaline picked it up, and yeah, I picked it up. It felt like nothing, and I just took it, ran down the stairs as fast as I could, and as soon as I got the last door, tossed it, and next thing you know, as soon as I landed, the fireworks starts. The fire department and police department came, they took care of it, and that was about it. So, yeah. So once again, thank you. You're nice. So, I'll be back maybe in a few weeks with train stories. Oh, I got a good one, by the way. I had this kid on a train when I was operating the N train in Brooklyn. He's trying to talk to me, and I couldn't because I was paying attention to the signal system. They had a new signals to slow the trains down. And he kept trying to talk to me. I guess he got tired, and he said, next thing you know, I hear him say, "I see dead people." There goes my concentration. No, I just slowed the train down more and, coasted so I don't want to hit the signal. And I said back to him, "I see dead people too. On the 1s, 5, 10s, 20, 50s, and $100 bills. Then he responds, "You think you're real funny, don't you?" And I'm saying, "Well, you're the one who said you saw dead people, not me." It's jokes. Oh man, that is so funny. Okay, I gotta go. Take care before my show wakes up. Bye.